Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Alright, sorry about that. Hello, testing, 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 one, two, three. Alright, so basically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 32 match in between 1v1 versus Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend in mid one. In between Invoker Harris versus Demon. So basically, with the matches undergo. So the idea is there's gonna be no runes and no bottles in the game. And it's just gonna be playing Shadow Fiend with Shadow Fiend, depends on the item base and how the gameplay works for both sides. Right. So it seems that we'll just have a look to the idea, we're just gonna have a look to the last nice come from both sides. Right, it seems that Invoker Harris is doing quite well, I would say. He's having that 5 last hits and nice. Right, he needs to maintain his gameplay right here. So the kind of difference is that Shadow Fiend is going with he's going on with Wraith Band right there with Iron Branch, so maybe he's going directly for the Magic Wand rather than the other Shadow Fiend coming on from Demon is gonna go directly with Magic Stick first. So you can see that there's quite a few spamming of Shadow Rays going on right there. So despite all that, Invoker Harris is still doing well, and as you all know, Invoker Harris is the 2-time winner for the solo championship by KD2M himself. So the gameplay should be spectacular coming from the champion himself, right? So against Demon for this match. Not quite enough of a race going on right there. We kind of missed out on one. So Invoker Harris still has a lot of mana to spam in this game. Alright, forcing Demon to actually use up that Tango. Because you know it's quite painful having to harass. You know, Shadow Fiend is kind of like, let's say he doesn't have high durability. So basically he really needs to generate a point of the game. Alright, so the idea is since you can't use any runes, I mean like it would be ridiculous to tell them that they can't use any careers. Right, so basically Invoker Harris is going on with the boost of speed, giving him a bit of mobility. Right, so it's good being a Shadow Fiend self, you know, it's kinda hard to chase off a hero. Having the advantages and mobility itself really helps. And so despite all the spams going on into the Invoker Harris is doing quite well. He has 18 last hits into the game compared to Da3mon, so things are not looking good. He's at level 4 while Invoker Harris is already at level 5. You can see that with 20 Necromastery, while Da3mon is having only at 12. And he still has lots of mana to spare right there, while Da3mon is still kind of like backed up a bit in terms of mana. So you can see that, you know, having last hits, I mean, like, especially when it's a gameplay between Shadow Fiend and Shadow Fiend, I mean, it makes a lot of difference because, you know, every time you kill off a creep, you gain charges for your Necromastery, giving you more damage. And more charges means more damage by the ulti as well. Alright, so basically, usually a battle between Shadow Fiend and Shadow Fiend's like, whenever you make a mistake, you know, in terms of race, in terms of engagement, so, you know, it will cost you the game. Harris has to play properly right here because basically he just got hit by the tower twice. So despite being a tier 1 itself, it deals a lot of damage. He needs to watch out. And even Da3mon has to watch out as well because he really has sufficient mana to cast 1 Shadow Race left. And it seems that Invoker Harris still has a lot of health to spare. So he's trying to spam bit by bit on Da3mon himself, you know. He's kind of like taking a risk. I mean, like getting hit by that tier 1 tower damage itself is really painful. So Invoker Harris is going in with face boots, giving him more and more mobility itself. So they have to rely on clarity potions. I've seen games where hello, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, never mind. So we just go off with whatever we have inside the game, right? So Invoker Harris going on a bit offensive. He's trying to stay behind the opponent's creep to ensure that, you know, he's supposed to be reckoned with, knowing that he's the champion for the solo matches, tournaments as well, right? So good comeback from denies. 20 denies. I mean, that's a lot. You can see from levels already at level 6. Well, hit level 6 almost at level 7 as well. While Da3mon is like, you know, he's not yet level 6. And Invoker Harris is already at level 7 at this point. He already has he's not taking out the ulti. I mean like there's no use of taking an ulti unless you have sufficient items to actually engage and be there next to the hero itself, since we're not using any runes and invisibility as well as haste. So the idea is just to max out that Necromastery as well as Shadow Race. At one point he might need to take the presence of the Da3mon itself.
Denied.
Nice last hits. That's Invoker Harris for you. So we don't see much engagement. The idea is, I mean, like, since he's already on a roll in terms of farming, so Invoker Harris, what he can do is actually he can just keep up the farmings like normal and get the sufficient items to go in for the kill safely rather than taking a risk, you know, with the items that he has right now. Let's have a look what Da3mon has, right? Da3mon has the Robe of Magi. Maybe he's going on for more mana. Not sure if that's a good idea. I mean, like, that's the only thing. I mean, but you can't rely much on Robe of Magi itself. Yes, gives you more regeneration just for having the item itself, but you know, you still need a bit more than that. So that goes spam from Shadow Race level 4, which is dealing up to 300 damage just from one race, and Shadow Fiend usually has 682 health points, so you should be careful, right? Let's say like around 3 Shadow Race and a few hits coming from the face bits. Now with Invoker Harris, it should be over for Da3mon. So, and this time Invoker Harris is quite well prepared. I mean, like, oh, he still got hit by the tier 1 tower, right? But still the trade-off is still painful. He's taking like I feel like 3 hits already. So the idea is Da3mon just has to be close enough to get in those experiences. So I'm not sure Da3mon has to step up into the game because he can't keep continuing on all this.
Never give the satisfaction.
He's not getting those last hits really well. 52-37 against 15-3 denies. I mean, like, Invoker Harris is having the upper hand into the game, and we still yet to see any items coming in. Here we have 1.5k right now. And seems that Shadow Fiend from Da3mon itself is almost completing power threats. I mean, like, yes, it gives you extra attack speed, but I think Invoker Harris has it better with having face boots, right, with mobility and more damage compared to face boots. Yes, face boots gives you attack speed. Right, a miss raise by Da3mon right there. Nice try. I mean, he tried. He has no mana to spare to cast off any race itself. While Invoker Harris, he knows that Da3mon has a magic stick right there. So the idea is to try and, you know, not to force himself to do much of the spams of his skills, alright? So forcing Da3mon to go, I mean, he should just go back and regenerate. He should rely much on the Shadow Race itself to go from farms rather than taking up levels. Because at this point, Invoker Harris is 3 times more and more denies. I mean, like, not just 3 times. I mean, like, it's like 13 times more.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Whether in Da3mon, so waiting for the GG sign for Da3mon, or maybe not.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, it seems that Da3mon has another idea in hand. So it seems that he can't win in terms of um in terms of fighting ability, you know, knowing that the crit count and everything. So he's just going to go in with a bit of defensive. Ooh, Invoker Harris almost dying right there. Surprising. Damien must be kind of surprised, like, oh, I can deal that much damage. So he's going for defensive. Invoker Harris has that dagger, so it won't be long till he goes diving in and go hit. But he needs to make sure that, you know, Damien might just have, you know, might just be what had been raised in the moment that he blinked in. So all he needs to do is just, you know, regen up, and it won't be long till he'll engage. Right, and he's not done with the blade mill yet, so the idea is he's just gonna open blade mill during the engagement.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, first blood by Invoker Harris right there. On the dagger performance, I mean, not surprised. I mean, like, I was expecting him to raise this before going on for the dive to ensure that he goes in for the kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So the
attack.
idea is he's just gonna push up in the tier 1 tower zone. Getting that last hit.
Radiant's middle
by
tower
Harris
has
right there.
fallen.
So it seems that Damon is back into the lane, and that casts off an ulti. The last race should be secure enough, no? Just one last hit is
Radiant's
good enough. He
middle
already has
tower
that.
is under attack.
So GG's been called by Damon. So basically the idea is the winner for the match in between Invoker Harris versus Damon goes to Invoker Harris. So we'll be right back.
Dire
with the
victory.
actions. Alright, so stay tuned for more Dota 2 actions. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Flavor, and I'll be right back.